everyone. Listen, let me tell y'all something, guys. I took some Benadryl last night, and the thing about Benadryl, it just has this effect on me where like I wake up and I feel like I've partied all night when really I've been in bed and whatnot, whatnot. So I have not partied. And look at, oh my gosh, this hair is horrible right now. I did run a comb through it, but I'm still very congested. So you can see my puffiness. I hate it, but I'm here. Welcome everybody. Listen, we had a very interesting live yesterday, and I mean, it's still interesting because I was surprised by the folks that decided to stop by the house. Shout out to them. Some folks I was like, well, damn, thank you for stopping by. And some folks were like, I'm not feeling this, and that's okay. And I appreciate them either way. Okay. Some folks, missed the airplane yesterday, and so they're still trying to figure out where the airplane, where the flight, where to exit. You know what I'm saying? But yes, yes. Oh my gosh. No worries, no worries. All right. Let me look at these beautiful, wonderful members in the chat and say hello to you guys. I have Tazzy Peekaboo. Who else do I have in the house? Tassie Peekaboo, SW, welcome, 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 my beautiful mods and members. Who else do I have in this house? My goodness, Queen Bella, how are you? Yeah, most horrifying thing to me is her Addie said he wasn't a person during the assault when he wasn't alive. We're gonna talk about Mr. Taylor Schabusiness. Listen, we definitely got to cover that story a little bit more in depth. There was an update with court today, so we're gonna really look into it. Grandma, welcome, Grandma, Amy, Emily's in the house. Welcome, everybody. I see all my beautiful members in the house. Shout out to those that have renewed the membership. I appreciate you guys. Help me out so much. Stacy, thank you for coming in, and those that have purchased members for other members, thank you, SW. Who else is in the house? Nebulous is in the house. Thank you. Do the right thing. I hope you're doing well, my love. Nicole, I see you. Oh my gosh, girl, the Benadryl. The Benadryl is like it almost feels like I'm 21 again. You know what I'm saying? And I partied like I used to, but I'm sorry. I'm not 21 anymore. I listen. I used to be able to hit the salsa and Jose Cuervo back in those days, and I could drink whatever off label of whatever and feel like I was on top of the world. Following day with some menudo and for the hangover, and now I'm just like I can't. I'm just not how I used to be. I'm not 21 anymore. It is what it is. Kelly, I was thinking, um the same thing. I was like, this girl's giving me Letitia Boltisha vibes. Stacy, D Marie, I see everybody. Nana, welcome. But Kelly, welcome. CR, Lindsay, you have been intrigued. Well, we really going to be talking about it. So those that are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I was intrigued by just reading the little bit about it. So for those that are not familiar with the story, let's go ahead and do a little like, I pulled up an older article from like a year ago from what happened. Now, initially I was like, okay, like was this like a Lorraine Bobbitt situation, right? Because if you guys remember the Lorraine Bobbitt story, Lorraine Bobbitt was someone that had, oh my God, I think I was like a kid when this happened. But for whatever reason, I remember this story because of how it hit the news. Lorraine Bobbitt was someone that was in a very difficult relationship. She was in a marriage. She was abused in the marriage. That's what she claimed. And she essentially, I believe, came from Honduras. I can't remember which. Somewhere in South America. Y'all remember the last name? You guys remember that, right? Karen. That's what I'm feeling. And it's slow. Like it took 3 Red Bulls, and I'm like, I'm gonna get out of there. Yes, thank you. So Lorraine Bobbitt, was an immigrant. I can't remember from what country. Uh, Lorena Bobbitt, Loretta or Lorraine. I think it was Lorraine, Lorena, Loretta, one of the two. Was from someone from South America over there. And she came over. She married and essentially claimed that she was being abused in that relationship with her then husband. She cut her husband's penis at the time. She alleged that her husband was forcing her to have sex, and I think this is what she said. She said it was something like basically that she had been raped and something came over her and she cut his penis off. And it was like such an iconic story at that time because hey, you've never heard of women doing stuff like this, right? Like it was a very epic day, and that's what I heard. He was having an affair back in the day, right? I mean, it's crazy because I think it gets even crazier because like they they went to trial and all that other stuff. They separated, of course. He essentially became a porn star. Like he was able to get like a an implant and became a porn star, right? Some of it, yes, Kelly, I know. Yes, y'all, we know, we know. Um, yeah, she threw it out of her car, and they did find it, and they were able to sew it back. So my mind, I'm not gonna lie to you, my mind kind of went to that, but this was a little bit more horrific, right? Um, I mean, totally. It kind of makes you wonder, though, like the psyche behind that, right? Yeah, he became a porn star. I know. You all are clowning in this comments, but let's not clown. Let's get it together. Let's be serious. Yes. Yes. Listen, y'all. But let's get it together. Okay, so this specific story was one that kind of really caught my eye because there was a court update today and I hadn't really heard anybody talking about it. But so back in this was an article from 2022 July, just about a year. Wisconsin woman Taylor Schabusiness pleaded not guilty to decapitating sex partner severing his penis. And it wasn't just his penis. I guess there was a variety of organs that this is what she had done. She has been fighting cops during the time that she's been in court. I think attorneys as well. They've had to really kind of go in on her. She did got give me the Boltisha stout vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like she kind of gave me that vibe, but that's just me. So Wisconsin woman was accused of decapitating her lover during sex and then stuffing his severed head and penis into a bucket has pleaded not guilty to this twisted situation. Taylor Schabusiness, 24, was arraigned in Brown County Circuit Court Tuesday on charges of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault. A criminal complaint accused Schabusiness of strangling her 25-year-old Shad, I think his last name is Thyrion, to death February at a Green Bay home, sexually abusing his lifeless body and then mutilating the corpse with a bread knife. Basically, it was very very sharp bread knife. Okay, and I was seeing some of the stuff that was put out there. I was like, oh my god, some of this is just like too much. Brown County Sheriff's officials say the Schabusiness had removed electronic monitoring device she wore for an unrelated crime just hours before she had killed uh, the young man. So a warrant, and this is about a year old, but a warrant was issued for Schabusiness arrest for violating the conditions of her release, but she wasn't located until after the Grizzly murder was uncovered. This is the young man that she basically murdered. Yeah, she sounds like a Lord have mercy. I mean, listen, y'all said it. Um, it, it does kind of make you wonder. I mean, she's all over social media. There's a lot of pictures out there. Yeah, I don't think he kinda I mean, nobody I would think that he probably didn't know what happened or even hit him, like, I mean, he was strangled to death, and it sounds like it was during sex that this all kinda went down. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa, Miss Kathy P says, "Hey, years ago when doing my ER time, a doctor wife super glued his pee to him because he was caught cheat." Oh my Miss Kathy P. My goodness. Listen, that's crazy. Wisconsin is the Florida of the Midwest, says Aaron Murphy. Shout out to Aaron Murphy. Um, Sick and twisted to say the least. I didn't believe that was her name either back then when I first heard about it. Yeah, it's Shabusiness. That's how you say her name. Unless you guys say different, but that's how I've heard it pronounced. I could be wrong, but that's how I've heard it pronounced. So a warrant was issued for Schabusiness' arrest for violating the conditions of release. She wasn't located until after the murder. Okay, this is her. Um, this, Police were called to the home of Stony Brook Lane in Green Bay on February 23rd by a woman who reported finding her son. Oh my lord! She found her son's severed head in a bucket. Officers who responded also found a male organ in the bucket, an upper torso in a storage tote, body fluids, and knives. When police tracked down Schabusiness at another location, she was found with dried blood on her clothes, according to the complaint. During the search of the van, cops discovered a crock pot containing human remains, including a leg. Under questioning, Schabusiness alleged that the police were going to have fun trying to find all of his organs. Pure evil. Okay. The 24-year-old told detectives that she and Thyrion had been smoking methamphetamines before going to her mother's house to have sex using chains. Schabusiness claimed that at one point she had blacked out, after which she went crazy and proceeded to strangle him. She insisted that she did not mean to kill the man, but enjoyed choking him, the complaint said. Yeah, crockpot. Her look. Don't I believe, and you know what? You're not. Let me tell y'all something. It's been said, based on her confessions, that a lot of this was meth fueled. Actually, they're kind of out there. Um, yes, Karen. It was John Bobbitt who became the porno actor, not Lorraine. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Yes, so there were some drugs, clearly, and that a lot of this was drug induced. That's what we know so far as that goes. The 24-year-old, okay, told detectives that she had been smoking meth, okay, before going to his mother's house to have sex with using chains. Schabusiness claimed that at one point she blacked out. We read that. She went crazy and proceeded to strangle him. She insisted that she did not mean to kill the man, but enjoyed choking him. Well, Schabusiness also volunteered the information, this is the confessions, that of all the knives she allegedly used in the dismemberment, the bread knife worked the best because of the serrated blade. Serrated blade. Yeah, yeah. I mean, sounds like a meth rage. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Let me see what else. What else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this, okay? So she explained that she planned on taking all the body parts with her, but got lazy and only ended up putting a leg and a foot in the van, and she forgot the head, according to the complaint. Schabusiness defense lawyers previously said that she'd been struggling with mental health issues from the time that she was in the 7th grade, and that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Well, this is her. An earlier ruling by a judge found that Schabusiness competent to stand trial, which is scheduled to begin October 24th. Now, again, this article is about a year old, just about a year old, almost. It'll be a year in July. A leg, yeah. What do y'all make of this? Let me know. You see, I would have to agree. Then clearly there was a something, but combine that with mental health issues, right? You would likely have a lot of stuff going on there, right? Let's go ahead and watch some of the updates today that happened in court. And this is Court TV, again, giving y'all an update. This is kind of everybody at court. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Thank you. Can you state how you're employed?
I'm a police officer with the city of Green Bay, currently assigned to the Brown County Drug Task Force as the narcotics investigator.
And how long have you been employed as a police officer?
Since October of 2016.
And is the entirety of that time with the Green Bay Police Department?
Yes.
And your current role with the Drug Task Force, how long have you been assigned to that unit?
Since February of 2022.
Hold up. Yaya and her warrior sister said, I knew Taylor when she was growing up. Really? So was Taylor always like this? I mean, I'd like to know kind of what your thoughts are. How'd y'all know each other? Were you guys friends? Where did you guys know each other? I guess those would be my questions. And please tell me you're not trolling, because we had y'all remember that one time we went live when we had somebody that said that they knew Koberger? I always get those, so be mindful. I'm always like, I'm leery. But let me go ahead and hit play.
So I want to ask you about February 23rd of 2022. On that date, were you still working as a patrol officer with the Green Bay Police Department?
Yes, I was.
And do you recall responding to a apartment on Eastman Avenue on that day?
I do.
What was the reason you responded to that?
I was assigned by the sergeant to assist with locating an individual. Located an individual to that apartment.
Okay. And did you respond to that apartment?
Yes, I did.
And do you recall who you were tasked with attempting to locate?
Dispatch advised that the individual may have been...
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor. Dispatch advised.
It's not offered for the truth.
It's not. It's offered for motive for proceeding to the venue. So overruled.
So I think the question was, who are you tasked with attempting to locate at the apartment?
The call notes or dispatch indicated that the individual was, I believe, Taylor Coronado.
She says, Yaya says, yeah, she lived in my neighborhood and went to high school with my son. She's been to my house. Yo, we have tea and we have coffee. My daughter brought a serial killer to my house. Yeah, you understand? You saying this stuff, and my chat's gonna eat you up alive, girl. Like, unless you can email me something that would even support that or anything, I would be very careful. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, because my chat is going to eat you alive. You know that, right? This is right. I mean, let me know. Where's everybody at? Not growing up, she had a lot of problems. Hearsay is complicated but important, since Aaron. I don't know. People do say a lot of things here. Chomp, chomp, yum. I don't know if I'm sorry. I just do you understand how often people come in here? All right, let me I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah. And go ahead and hit it. Okay? I'm gonna put something over and you tell me what you know. Was it her butt in the house or someone else's queen bell? Y'all are receipts, por favor. Listen, my chat is unforgiving. They will ask you. Shout out to D. They will ask you for receipts. Listen, you believe her? The link is right there, my love. Go ahead and hit it. See if you're brave enough to give us some information that we probably don't know. I'm just telling you, I've had a lot of people say that they're related to the story that we're covering, and it does happen a lot where I can't really verify that information. Yes, put a banner up. Yes, my love. Thank you. You know it. Let me put this banner up, y'all, because I don't want to get in trouble here. There's the link. So if you're brave to hit it. Okay, I have Yaya here. Give me one sec, y'all. You said this is not the first. Okay, hold up, y'all. Let me put a little banner up. Hey, Yaya, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm not lying. I am not lying. I live in Green Bay.
Okay.
Taylor grew up in my neighborhood. She went to high school with my oldest son.
Okay.
They went to Bayport High School.
Okay.
Which is right outside of the Green Bay it's a suburb outside of Green Bay. Her younger brother, AJ, was best friends with my youngest son. AJ died this last 4th of July weekend in a motorcycle accident.
Mhm.
Taylor would hang around the house around here in the neighborhood, when they were younger.
Okay.
She actually had a very rough life growing up. Her mom died from cancer when she was very young. She allegedly was SA'd by her father. Her father is now actually has charges pending against him for SAing her stepsister.
Okay.
They used to, hang around, and they went in the same grade and stuff. And Taylor dropped out of school, I think her junior year of high school, and they stopped hanging around each other. More so towards the sophomore year. But yes, she's been in the house when this all came down last year. I cried. I cried
Yeah.
very hard. It was very hard to believe someone you knew could be this evil.
Hmm.
And I used to have my own channel, and I don't have it anymore. And somebody did a documentary on it on my channel.
Okay. So was this regarding Taylor that they did the documentary on? Or I guess I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was when it first came out.
Wow.
They did a documentary on it. Yeah, I didn't. My son did not know Thad. Um, he knew of him, but didn't know him. She started drinking when she was 13, if
Okay.
that tells you anything, and then got into the drugs and stuff like this. I mean, and so I'm talking. My son's 26,
So
so
you knew
this
her
is
parents as well?
yeah. They lived about a block away.
What were their names? I'm just kind of curious. Like, at least
Gosh,
their first name. Don't give me their last name.
I don't know the mom's name because she passed away. Um, I forgot the dad's name. I'm sorry. I was never friends with the parents, if that means anything. I can
Okay.
ask my youngest son, but he's probably sleeping.
Yeah, no worries about that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Um,
and last year her brother was killed in a motorcycle. High speed motorcycle accident. He was my son actually thinks it was on purpose.
she thinks
And
what was I'm
he was like
sorry.
a second son to me. He was like a second son to me.
Okay.
Her brother, a third son, I should say. I have two of
What
my
was
own.
on purpose? I missed that part.
The motorcycle accident that her brother was killed in last year.
Taylor's
Taylor's
brother was killed in a
brother.
motorcycle. Okay.
Yes.
Do you know his name?
Yes, and AJ.
Okay. Sorry,
Anthony.
I'm
Nope,
looking.
it's fine.
Say that again?
It's Anthony. I'm not lying. I mean, how old
No,
is your
I'm not
brother?
saying you're
Same age
lying.
as
I
my
just
youngest son,
huh.
23.
Wow. So
AJ
this fam
Coronado.
okay, so this family has been through a lot of
Yeah.
situations and stuff. Does she have any children of her own? Does Taylor have any
She
children?
had a baby, yes. The baby was taken away from her.
Okay. Do you remember her
That
as a
was
mom? Did you know her then?
no, 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 no. I only knew her back from high school.
I see.
No, I only knew her back in high school. She was actually married um, when this happened. Her husband was in jail, so she was kicking it with Thad apparently, and that was her high school sweetheart, the one she killed.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
How well did you know the victim at all?
No, not at all. Mm-mm. My
Gotcha.
son said he knew of him, but didn't know him.
Gotcha. Do you know why her child was her child taken away before or after the crime?
I believe before. I don't know her really. I didn't know her, the past how many years, but
Okay.
I believe it was right before this. Her husband was in jail, and the baby, I believe, was taken away because due to neglect, her drug use.
Gotcha.
Somebody asked me, she actually did change her name to Schabusiness, but it was Coronado.
So
And
Taylor
then she got, I
was
don't know her,
Coronado.
I don't know what her maiden or her married name was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Schabusiness is not her maiden name, correct?
No, Coronado is.
Gotcha. Wow. But you said that she was married before?
She was married when she did this murder.
Gotcha.
Her husband at the time was in prison.
I see. Did she go by any other names or anything like that, or was it just Taylor?
I only knew her as Taylor Coronado,
Gotcha.
and I was actually in Florida last year when my son texted me the message of what happened, and I didn't recognize the name, obviously, because it said Taylor Schabusiness. And then I called him up. I said, "Why are you sending me this?" He goes, "Mom, that's Taylor Coronado." I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Wow.
Sorry for swearing.
No, you're fine. So when you found out about this crime, where were you? How did it all like
I was
go down
actually
for
in
you?
Florida vacationing. Um, Queen Bella, thank you. His name was Warren. Um, not your business. It just came to my name, my brain. I think it was Shabo or something like that. Shabo, and she put business or something weird like that. I don't know.
So her married name is Schabusiness.
No, well, that's the name she changed her name to, but it was
Gotcha.
Shabo. I think was her married name.
Okay. Mm.
I'd have to look it up. I'm sorry, it's 10:30 here. I'm kind of
It's all good.
I
I
just
mean,
saw that I was subbed to your channel. I saw you were going on about this because I watched it on Court TV today, and
yes.
I'm obviously following this very closely.
Yeah, it's a very
So,
intriguing case, that's for sure, you know. Uh so Aaron
Aaron,
wants to know.
because
Go ahead.
his mom had passed away when he was very young. The whole thing with his sister and his dad pending charges for SA against his stepdaughter. So his dad's going to be going away for a while.
Wow.
And I think Warren Shabel, something like that. Yes, Kelly. It just, I think all got to him.
Gotcha. Why do you think, yeah, question. Why do you think so I mean, this crime is pretty gruesome, right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
do you
it's
know
sick.
her has having had done stuff like this when she was young? Like, what do you know
No,
about her when she was younger? How was she
she was
behaving?
a typical teenager, and as she started getting older, she, like I said, started drinking at 13,
Mhm.
started getting into drugs, dropped out of high school,
Mhm.
just started getting into a lot of trouble. I remember my husband and I were coming home from somewhere one night, and it was in the middle of the winter, and this car just flew by us, was flying up and down over snowbanks and into just all over the road, and it was her. Come to
Wow.
find out,
Was she a pretty popular kid, would you say, in school? Like, did she have a lot of
no,
friends?
no, no,
Okay.
no, no. Mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
was she pretty close to your son?
In the younger years, like when we moved out to this area,
Uh-huh.
my son was, oh my gosh, 7 or 8. So like grade school, probably through freshman, sophomore years. And
Okay.
then he stopped hanging around with her because, as he said, she started getting really messed up.
Okay. Would you say like drug use messed up?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
Yep. Drinking, drugs. Yes.
Wow. That's just sad.
And she was
Completely.
such a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I just, it's so hard to think that someone like this became such a monster.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow. Do
and
you
then
know?
when it
Go ahead.
happened, I remember sitting back and just crying and thinking to myself, what if I could have done something to help her? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As a mom,
Yeah.
the neighborhood kids are your kids,
Yeah.
and you just sit back and you go, wow, what if I could have been there more had I known more? I mean, I didn't know how bad it was in their home. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I didn't know.
Yeah. Whew. Wow. My goodness. Well,
The judge actually is my divorce attorney.
oh.
I know. So
What?
I'm like, oh, way. That's okay. He was good.
Oh, wow. The judge that's hearing this case right now
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
presiding over this? That is
Yeah.
crazy. What a small world.
Well, it's a small town.
For sure.
Well, not, I mean, small, but not small. But
Wow.
do the right thing, that's a hard question to answer. It's didn't she said sounds like she didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
mm, she had a rough life, very rough life.
For sure.
That's really all I can say.
Do you stay in
Aaron,
contact with any of her family? Do you have any contact with any of them?
the only one I was in contact with was her brother, and he's gone now.
Oh, okay. I
He
see.
died. Erin Murphy says she knows the area, so to verify where, I don't know if she knows the area. Do you know the area Howard Swamico, Erin? She'll know. She'll be able to verify I am what I'm
She says
saying is true.
Green Bay is small. Great to hear you trust the judge. We'll wait until Aaron comments over here. Um, yeah, no excuse for doing what she did, though.
No,
I would have to
no,
agree
no,
with
no,
you.
no, no, no. No, I do not stand behind what she did. I'm not making any excuses for what she did.
Okay.
It was horrific. Oh, you grew up in Lake Geneva. Okay, then
Yeah.
she wouldn't know. That's near Milwaukee, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like the chat is really, I'm not very familiar with that area or anything like that. Aaron says that I do know about old Green Bay though. So, I mean, it sounds like nobody's questioning or anything like that. We just, I mean, you got to
I
understand.
know.
I get a lot of people
No,
coming
I
in
know.
here telling me stuff and I'm
Yes,
like,
I
I don't
know.
know, you know?
Yeah, I know. I know all about that. Trust me.
For sure. Well,
I
yeah,
know
yeah, I
all about that.
appreciate you coming up.
Oh,
So
no
thank you so much
problem.
for sharing.
I can leave you my email address in
Yes.
part of
Shoot
the
me an
chat,
email.
and once this case starts going forward, if you want to talk, we can talk.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? Yeah, yeah. Can you do me a favor? I put my email up right there. Go ahead and shoot me an email to that email and just let me know. Just say, hey, Rabbit, I was on your channel today and I hit the link.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
I can do
Yaya.
that. You're very
Appreciate you.
welcome. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys, make sure you drop some hearts for Miss Yaya, who came up here. Very brave of her to even have hit the link. Thank you so much, Miss Yaya, for providing us some information. Let me go ahead and hit play on this because this is a very, and again, trigger warning, okay?
Okay. And did you have contact with a person who I guess you identified as Taylor Coronado subsequently?
I did.
All right. And I guess for the record, do you see that person in court today?
I do.
Could you point out where she's sitting and what she's wearing?
She's sitting to my right. She's in an orange jumpsuit and she has a white undershirt.
I'd ask the record to reflect the witness identified the defendant.
We will so reflect.
And where did you have contact with the defendant?
While we were walking up to the apartment, the defendant came out of the common entrance door.
And At that point, did you place the defendant in custody?
I did.
And I guess what information did you have at that point as to why Mr. Business was being placed into custody?
Before getting to the apartment, I did some research on my own using police records. I discovered that the defendant also went by the last name of Schabusiness, and this defendant had a warrant for their arrest. I also searched police records for the mugshots of this individual, and the mugshots that I saw matched the individual coming out of the common entrance to the apartment.
And what did you do once Mr. Business was placed into custody?
Once Mr. Business was placed into custody, I subsequently escorted her to my police car where she was searched, incident to arrest, and placed in the back seat.
When you were still at the sort of entrance of the apartment complex, were there any questions being asked of Mr. Business?
I believe Lieutenant Buckman and several other officers went to the apartment that she may have came out of. There were some officer safety issues, or there was, I think the lieutenant, by his voice, he made it seem like there might have been an armed individual or something dangerous in the apartment. So my question to her was, is there anybody, who else was in the apartment, and if the person was armed?
Those questions that you asked Mr. Business, you said those were related to officer safety?
Yes.
And after that point, did you ask any other questions of the defendant?
I did not, until after I escorted her to my police car.
And then did you transport then Mr. Business to the Green Bay Police Department?
I did.
During that transport, was there any questions being asked of her by yourself?
During the transport, no.
Okay. And what did you do when you arrived at the Green Bay Police Department?
She was placed in an interview room at the Green Bay Police Department, where I had Officer Kenny assist me in taking pictures of some dried blood that I noticed on her clothing as well as her hands.
In your interactions with the defendant on that day, did it appear to you as if the defendant was under the influence of any substance?
It did not.
Your current assignment with the Brown County Drug Task Force and your 6.5 years in law enforcement, have you previously encountered individuals who you've later determined were to be under the influence of substances?
Yes.
Quite frequently in your current role with the Drug Task Force?
Yes, it is.
During any of your contact with the defendant, did she ever ask to remain silent or say she's not talking to law enforcement?
She did not.
Did she ever ask for the presence of a lawyer?
She did not.
Wow.
Thank you, officer. I have nothing further.
Cross-examination, Mr. Curley.
Officer Russell, good morning.
Good morning.
So you were called over to 2353 Eastman Avenue in Green Bay on February 23rd of 2022, correct?
That is correct.
What time did you get over there approximately?
Don't remember the time, but I know it was in the wee hours of the morning.
It was dark outside, correct?
Yes, it was.
Snow was on the ground?
Yes, it was. It was. Yes, there was. Sorry.
Okay. And this is basically an apartment complex, correct?
It is.
And there's basically a front entrance and then the parking lot, correct?
There's a parking lot and then there's a common entrance to the building.
And on this particular date, February 23rd, 2022, there were various vehicles parked in front of the building, correct?
Yes,
And you walked up, correct?
I did.
And did you walk by any vehicles at all?
I did walk by a vehicle.
What vehicle did you walk by?
Well, there were several vehicles in the parking lot. I did walk by a gold van.
You walked by a gold van?
Yes,
Was it like a Chrysler Town and Country minivan?
I believe so, yes.
And you walked between the vehicles to the front, or where did you go?
So I looked in the vehicle and then I walked between the vehicles, memory serves me correctly, and then I walked up to the front of the apartment.
And then as you're walking to the front of the apartment, what happened?
While we were standing by that vehicle, we noticed that the lights, or the marker lights to that vehicle, started flashing intermittently, which made me think that somebody was manipulating a keyless entry system to the vehicle.
Are you saying the gold minivan?
Yes.
The vehicle lights came on?
Yes, the marker lights. You know, when you press the keyless entry and it indicates with the flashing lights that the vehicle is either opening or closing, that's what I saw.
Did you hear anything?
I did not. I just saw the lights.
Did you hear any beeps or anything?
I don't believe I did.
Okay. And then did you make contact with someone at the front of the apartment complex?
I did.
And who was that?
That's the defendant.
Okay. Taylor Coronado?
Taylor Schabusiness.
When you looked her up, it was Taylor Coronado on the mugshot or the internet?
The police records associated Taylor Coronado with Taylor Schabusiness.
Okay. Had you ever met her before?
Never met her before.
She was a complete stranger to you, correct?
That is correct.
And you had some kind of conversation with her at the front door?
I told her that she was under arrest for her warrant.
And did she say anything to you?
She didn't. I don't believe she did.
She was cooperative with you?
She was.
So did you put handcuffs on her?
I did.
Was that outside of the apartment complex?
Yes, it was.
And you had her turn around and then you put the handcuffs on, correct?
I did.
At some point then, did you become concerned that there was another person in the apartment building that was a person of interest?
We became concerned that based on how Lieutenant Buckman was acting, yes, we thought there was some sort of officer safety issue inside the apartment.
Officers unholstered their service revolvers, correct?
Service duty weapons, yes.
Duty weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, did you have Taylor Schabusiness then go back inside the apartment complex and sit on the stairs?
I did.
Okay. And what happened next?
So I had her go inside the common entrance area, sit on the steps, just in case there were any exchange of gunfire based on what the officers were doing at the door. I didn't want her to get hit by any gunfire if it ever came to that, because I don't know what they had. So basically I was looking out for her well-being, which is why I placed her on the steps.
Then at some point, did other Green Bay police officers go down the hall and take someone out of the apartment?
I believe they went down the hall and ordered somebody out of the apartment, and then Taylor and I proceeded outside.
That person, was that Scott Tomes?
I'm unsure who that individual is. I never had any interaction with him.
But was it a male?
It was a male.
And the male was ordered to lay on the ground, correct?
Again, I'm unsure what the officers did there. I didn't see what was happening. My focus was on Miss Schabusiness.
Did you hear officers shouting at this other person to come out of the apartment and lay on the ground?
I heard shouting, saying, "Come outside," or something to that effect.
Then at some point, Officer Russell, did you escort or walk Miss Schabusiness to your police squad vehicle?
I did.
And your vehicle was an SUV, correct?
Yes, it was.
You opened the front door, correct?
I might have opened my front door to unlock the back door to put her inside.
And you had her get inside the back seat, correct?
After I searched her, yes.
When you searched her, did you find any weapons or anything of concern?
I did not find any weapons on Miss Schabusiness.
Then you had her get in the back seat of the squad vehicle, correct?
I did.
Did you roll the window down?
At one point, I remember rolling the window down. I asked her if she was okay back there, and she indicated that she was.
You had the window down for a bit to give her some air, correct?
I don't remember if the window was down for a bit. I don't remember how long the window was down. I just remember asking her if she was okay.
And then on February 23rd of 2022, did you read her any Miranda rights at all that particular evening?
I did not.
And this was early in the morning, correct?
It was.
Very dark outside?
It was dark. The front of the apartment complex was, however, lit.
It had to be.
Did you see?
It had to be knives, because the way they made it sound like it was more than one knife that was being used. Now that was a cross with the officer cross-examination.
I think I saw a male being escorted, but I don't know if they placed him in a squad car or not.
All right. If you're just now joining us, we thank you for that. We are watching a hearing ahead of the trial for the House of Horrors case involving defendant Taylor Schabusiness. Remember her? She attacked her lawyer not too long ago. She's got a different lawyer representing her today. And the state is presenting some witnesses as they're hashing out some different issues before the court. We're going to hear more from this detective in a moment. We have to hit a break. This is Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.
You guys, yeah, she had attacked her lawyer. Hold up, y'all. Let me go to it real quick.
Back to Court TV Live, I'm Julie Grant. Thank you for being with us. Right now, we are watching a big hearing in Wisconsin in the House of Horrors case against defendant Taylor Schabusiness. So this woman is accused of killing her lover, dismembering his body, and sexually assaulting him. Her defense team is trying to get the sexual assault charge tossed ahead of her trial that's set to happen in just a couple of weeks from now, making an argument that if the victim wasn't alive at the time, the language of the Wisconsin statute just doesn't fit. So right now we're seeing an officer on the stand and we're hearing some testimony really going to whether or not Taylor Schabusiness was under the influence at the time she was arrested. We know she made some wild statements to police, essentially saying they were going to have some fun searching the house to find all the body parts. And
isn't this crazy? Hey, Spass, welcome, my love. This is crazy, yo. Yeah, so because he wasn't alive, therefore they're trying to get that sex assault of the body. Like, this is a very controversial case. Generally, Jenny said, I'm pretty sure that a lot of creators are probably going to be covering this one. Listen, I was hoping that they wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure that they will. I might put my name on the ring on this one too, because I was very much, I try to stay away from the kids ones because it's a little bit, too much for me to cover. But I'm thinking about covering this one for sure. This was one that I was looking at, so I might be looking into this one. But let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think we should cover this, the trial and everything? It's approaching in July. I'm down for it, but I want to know what everybody here is. If you guys are going to be watching it with me and whatnot. Maybe I should do a poll. SW, should we do a poll? Let me know. Should we do a poll? If I cover this, will you guys watch it? Look at shout out to Tina. Tina's like, I'm from Facebook, and I said yes. All right. I thought it was isn't it necrophilia? But I thought the body would have to be like he said lifeless body. Didn't they say it was a lifeless body? I don't know if that's what you would call it. Yeah, pretty much, yo. Pretty much. And Kelly Hansen just gifted 5 memberships, y'all. Shout out to Kathy P, Aaron, Peace, Miss America, and Oki, did you get a membership too? Or did you renew? Shout out to everybody. Kelly, thank you so much for doing that. You are too nice, y'all. Poll. Should we do poll trolls unite? Y'all are killing me with the poll trolls. Let me get a poll going, okay? Just because I know you guys love these polls. But this is what I'm gonna do. I really, really want to get into this one. And figure out like what's gonna happen with this one. Yes, and thank you again, Kelly, for gifting those beautiful memberships. Thank you guys. If you guys received a membership, please say thank you to Miss Kelly Hansen. I know. Oh, Dr. Edward, thank you. Do you know what? And let me shout out Dr. Edward because Dr. Edward, I read your comment about the Alexi Trevino. You guys got to go read his comment because his comment is coming from a professional and giving his perspective. So I want to thank you so much for giving. It was a really great comment that you wrote down. So I just thank you so much for that comment. And shout out to all the medical professionals that gave comments to my Alexi Trevino coverage yesterday because you guys gave me some insight in education because I'm not a medical professional. So thank you. All right. Should we cover the Schabusiness? And yes, that is her name. Okay. For those, that is her last name. One of them. Schabusiness here. What is it? Court hearings. It's a yes or no option. I got 112 people here. Make sure you're hitting the voting button and the like button and, doing all these other things that you need to do while you're in the house of the rabbit, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And shout out to my beautiful mods that are helping me out. The case, that case makes me angry. I'm sorry, I'm not. Stop it, SW. You're allowed to be angry. We don't suppress our feelings here, okay? We might be polite with our feelings, but we don't suppress. I would hope that you don't suppress your feelings here. That's not my goal here. Suppression of feelings, because I don't do very well suppressing them. It's not my goal here. Okay, the rabbit's den. Yes, thank you. Sure, the fluffle. It's always great to have doctors in here. We have a lot of great medical professionals. I'm lucky. I have a lot of great lawyers that are my subbies. What is it? Lady Justice is one of them. Lawyer Maven, and there's a couple of others that I don't want to, name, but I actually do have some attorney members and friends in here. So thank you, thank you. It's always great. Defilement of a corpse comes into play more in this situation with how she cut up and scattered around the pieces. Okay. So, yes, we don't suppress what? Not manipulate. Generally, Jenny, this is not a cult. Um so this is what I'm thinking, what I'm going to do. All right. What I want to do is I'm probably going to do a video where I do a little breakdown and give a history of the case and kind of where we're at. Um and go from there. Okay. And then just what we know and kind of gather it together, starting, basically building up for July. Okay. And the trial. So please note that she has been found, it sounds like competent to stand trial. So it's not like, this isn't somebody that can't go to court. No, she can. Um, I know rabbit's manipulation. You have been manipulated by me. I don't know how, but you have been. I don't know. Blame the eyebrows, whatever. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Having an attorney in the chat is a bonus. I know, and I love them. I love them because they always give me kind of like perspective. So, yeah, thank you. Do all the YouTube things. All right, all right. That wasn't my question. Is she got? I believe she is competent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that was one of the recent hearings. Hold up, y'all. Competent, because you would think that they would. Hold up, y'all. Let me look this up real quick. Let me look this up because this is a very valid question, right? I hope that they do air it, hopefully. So, one second. Where did I see this? Where did I see this? Because she has been found competent. I know that. But where did I see this? Damn it. That's going to bug me for a minute. Hold up. Yeah. You would think. Yep. So she was. So she was she was found competent last year. So this is going to be a hearing for sure. Yeah, she looks competent. Oh, well, I mean, you know, but she was found competent. That's for sure. I did see that. And let me see if I can let's see what else I can pull from here. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, that's a great question because that's exactly what I was thinking. I said, well, did she go into a rage and then that's what she's gonna, whether it's is there like what is it like a mental health, something that she's gonna say to kind of, especially if they're saying that she's bipolar, how's that gonna look like? But she was found competent to stand trial. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I see. To stand trial. Yes. So the court ruled this on Friday. I can't even look at the date. Hold up, y'all. Why can't I find it? Lord have mercy. Come on. Sobriety equals sane. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So it was reported a woman charged in a gruesome murder in Green Bay has been found competent to stand trial. Okay. A competency hearing was scheduled Friday afternoon. This was back in March. So she was found competent as of March 24th of this year. Here you go. Taylor Schabusiness accused of killing Shad and dismembering his body back in February of last year. So, yeah, competent. Inside Edition found competent. I mean, there's a lot of images of her, you know, getting it, fighting with her attorney and whatnot. But yes, 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 drugs are bad. Yes, they are. She was IG famous and changed her name somewhere along the line. Really, Tracy? I saw this in the court TV regarding smacking her. She was IG famous for what? Now I'm intrigued. Let me find out more about this character. It's LOL. Exactly. None of your shit business. Y'all are having fun with this last name. Like, what is it, yo? I don't know. I am Tiffany. I'm getting better. Um, I'm like trying to get rid of this. uh, I should not be taking Benadryl because Benadryl really gets me groggy. I hate that shit. But and by the way, Nicole, my iPhone is still glitching from the YouTube update. I know I'm manipulating y'all. Listen, I'm gonna start making shirts. I've been trying to make shirts for a long time. Did you really look at? You guys got to show me where you guys are finding this stuff because I wasn't even looking into it like that until like recently when I read this article. I said this is a crazy story, and I don't see a lot of YouTubers other than the big ones having done a whole lot to it. But I'm gonna look into it and see if I can do like a upload, and then that should kind of get me well versed on this case in order to be able to talk about it, right? I'd like to know a little bit more about it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go because I got a whole baby bunny over there who is manipulating me and trying to get me to get out of here. So I gotta go tend to her. But we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll feel a little bit better because I'm still a little congested. Um, I don't know. And I was thinking about doing another late night, past everybody's bedtime late night. But I don't know yet. I gotta think about it more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you guys be down for a late night? And now let me see where everybody voted on this poll because I don't want to ignore it either. Hold up, y'all. Okay. Okay. What? Wow. 60 votes and not one person said no. Oh, Jesus. Y'all really want to talk about this case. Thank you, Dr. Edward. I'm trying to. I will. Thank you. I'm be good. I'm just trying to like decongest. Okay, so I just did the poll and I have 62 votes and make sure you're hitting that like button, but 100% yes and not one no out of 100 plus people in this chat. So we really going to cover this case? Lord have mercy. All right then. Well then all right. I'm ending it now before I get the one no. Before a poll troll, kills the vibe for me. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We got 65 votes. Nobody voted one no. That is crazy. If you do a late night, can it be Friday? I'll think about it, do the right thing. Fridays, I don't know. Cause I guess we'll see. We'll see. A late night. Y'all love those late nights. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see what I can do. But SW just gifted a membership. Shout out to SW. All right, you guys. I gotta head out. Who got the Candy? Candy got the gifted membership from SW. Shout out to Candy. Thank you so much, SW, for gifting my love. You guys are awesome. All right, I gotta head out because I gotta go tend to this little baby bunny over there. You guys have a great night. And I will see you guys later on. Bye, guys.